right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, risking life and livelihood, and so doing, in these times more so than any other. Shalom to you women and children who watch and who learn. So real quick, I'm going to get going to a scripture, all right? And this is Matthew 10 and 16. And we all know this scripture, and the reason I'm sharing this scripture, I'm not one to try to spook brothers. I don't spook easily. All right, but I have to share. All right, I have to share this with the brothers. All right, because I was trying to make sense of it, and and I'll tell the story after I read the scripture. All right. So Matthew 10 and 16 says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." Okay? "Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Okay? So, just this Sunday that just went past, I was at work, and I was at work, and I saw one of my coworkers ahead of me while I was at work, and I was going up the street. I was on 35th and State Street, and I saw one of my coworkers on 35th and State Street, and so I was looking, and at her van, I saw people running out of her van. Okay, and so I pulled up, and some people ran to my van and said that somebody is assaulting that woman. All right, there's a guy, he's assaulting a woman in there, and I was thinking to myself, damn, and so there was another individual who came. There was an older guy who was walked towards my van, and then there was another individual behind him. And the older guy came to me and he said, "Hurry up, let me in," and close the door. And before I knew it, I let him in, and before I was about to close the door, but before I got a chance to close the door, the guy who was right behind him stuck his arm in the door, and and he pulled the door open. And so this guy, listen, and I saw the guy when he walked from the van ahead of me to mine, and this guy didn't smoke I didn't see him smoking a cigarette or anything. All right, but when he was up close, this guy had smoke coming out of his mouth, and so you know, he was, you know, animated, moving around. And so, I was asking him, I'm like, what's wrong, man? Calm down, and he wanted to keep escalating, the situation. All right. So he kept escalating, and keep in mind, I'd never seen this man. I don't know this man from, I don't know this man at all. So, this man kept trying to escalate the situation with me. And I was, trying to calm him down. All right. Because, I am concealed carry. All right. And not only am I concealed carry, but, you know, I know how to use other weapons as well, which, I had, another weapon on me at the time. And so, and let me say, I'm not a weapon use a weapon type of person. All right. I'm not a use a weapon type of person. I don't even really refer to them as weapons. I refer to them as tools, even though, people refer to them as weapons. Anything could be a weapon. All right. A piece of paper. Okay. You could cut someone with a piece of paper. That could be a deadly cut. But anyway, the individual, he said that he wanted to kill me. He said that he wanted to kill me. And, he reached into his coat. And I'm thinking like, oh, he's like, oh, you want to, because I was laughing at him, because it was funny. Now, this guy was bugged the hell out, but, I knew that I could have, man, come on, man. I weighed what, 260, and come on, man. All right. So anyway, so I was laughing at him, to try to get him to laugh, really, because I didn't want to hurt the individual. I didn't want to hurt him. That was my main thing. I didn't want to hurt him, but at the same time, I wasn't going to let him, hurt me, But, he was hell bent on hurting me. All right. And so, he pulled out a knife, and, he made a couple attempts at trying to stab me. All right. He made a couple attempts at trying to stab me. And so, and I was, and even though that was happening, all right, in my head, I just didn't, I didn't just come out and put a curse on him, but in my head, I put a curse on him, because I'm like, Lord, what I'm about to do to this man, right? So, if you want me to take him out, hey, that's what's gonna happen, But he tried to stab me a few times, and he missed, and so the police finally came, and so when the police arrived, I said, look, because I told him, I said, man, just leave before the police come, man, because the police, they gonna shoot you, man. They gonna kill you, man. You got a knife, and the police are gonna kill you, man. Okay, that's what the police do. you bugged the hell out. And he like, well, before they kill me, I'ma kill you. And so the police came, and when the police came in, he changed into Johnny fucking Cochran. All right, and so the police, asked me what happened. I told them, what took place, and so the police, they arrested him. All right, uh, gave me some papers for a court date, and my coworker, she was very shaken up, and they my supervisors came, and my supervisors told me that this man was on the train, and he had and there were 4 police officers who detained him from the train and had let him go, and that's how he came to my co-worker's vehicle. And you know so I saw my co-worker yesterday, and my co-worker said the police contacted her and said that they had let this individual go. Okay, which I couldn't believe. All right, and here's the thing. All right, Salakia. Here's the thing. Um, you know, the police will let uh, you know, will let now listen. Now this is what we're up against. All right, now we have the IUIC. Uh, what is his name? Uh, Deacon Asaph. All right, who rebuked GMS for rebuking Alizé. All right, so this is pretty much what I want to say. All right, the police, they will let go an individual. They will let an individual back into the community who is the main reason that the communities are in trouble. But an individual, if you're working, all right, if you have property, all right, um, bank account, they're going to arrest you, and they're going to lock you up, and they're going to hold you. Okay, as long as they can. Even if you go in there and say, because that's what I do. I've been in jail too many times. I've been in jail since since I was young. All right, so I know the system. Okay, I go in. I'm not coming with an attorney. I'm getting a public defender. All right. So I know what I did and what I didn't do, and I know what to tell the PD. Even though a lot of times these public defenders, especially when I was, but when I was growing up, I didn't know any better. But they make deals with these judges. But uh, nonetheless, let me repeat it again, just so that and this is in all states. Okay. An individual who is a threat to the community, they are going to release them from jail. anybody who is a a working person, or a man, man of your business type of person, your own business type person, uh, they're gonna lock. The police are gonna lock you up. You're gonna sit in jail. All right. So, saying that to say that, brothers, uh, be on the lookout, man. All right. I'm gonna finish reading this scripture. All right, because what's about to unfold. All right, and this is still Matthew 10 and 17. All right, it says, but, all right, but, finishing up that scripture, but beware of men. So you have to beware of the men of the IUIC, men of the ISUPK. You definitely have to be aware now that, Sakari, you don't know who Alizé is, okay? You don't know what he's about right now, okay? Or any other individual that has come through the truth, all right? And are no longer part of the truth, all right? On the streets, they say you got to be on your P's and Q's, man. You brothers got to be on your spiritual P's and Q's, all right? Because, we make videos, all right? Just out of love, okay? We make videos out of love as examples, and correction to brothers. But, you got to understand, you're dealing with niggas. You're dealing with niggas. That's why you got individuals, they make videos, they're talking about shalom. When I first came into this truth, I wasn't saying shalom. I was saying shalom, because that's what I knew. Shalom. I wasn't saying Yahweh, Bahashem. I wasn't saying any of that. Okay? I learned that from the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. All right? You got individuals who are saying this and, going through the 12 tribes, and whether the 12 tribes sound or not, they're same dress and everything. And they're just talking, looking at the apostles and bishops and elders like they're monsters. So these words are very serious. Okay? Very serious, man. But beware of men. Listen, brothers, since I've been in this truth, whether you believe it or not, okay, people are able to get to your family. And you can't say, well, it's the Lord. The Lord wanted them to get to your family. Yeah, true that. All right? But these people will get to people. That's why, hey, I always use the movie with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, Gone in 60 Seconds. All right? And the line that De Niro said, man, hey, don't get tied down to anything that you can't walk away from in 60 seconds, man. That's spiritual. Okay? But beware of men, all right? Women too, children, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, the 2/3. So we gonna get fucked up, okay? We're gonna get fucked up, man. Know that. Know that in these, you know, in these coming times that we are going to receive some harsh treatment. Okay? But as long as you are on your spiritual P's and Q's, okay, you're going to be all right. All right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? One way or another. All right? So anyway, with that being said, that's going to be actually the title of this lesson. All right? Stay on your spiritual P's and Q's. All right? So till next time, Shalom.